everybody, and welcome to Dungeons and Drams, where some of your favorite whiskey tubers play D&D together and drink. So, joining me tonight are some of your favorite and some of my favorite players. Let's go in reverse. Actually, you know what? Let's start off with Molly, since she wasn't here last week. I'm going to put some pressure on you. Yes, we definitely missed you, and actually, people almost died. You know, you're not like a full-blown healer or anything, but that lay on hands pool would have come in handy, I think.
That so. And Boot, because that always comes handy. Or should I say footy? I don't know. That was a bad pun. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Bad puns.
It's the first one of the night. You got some time to warm up.
You're in good company in this stream here. So Jason will be joining us tonight, by the way. And actually, I just realized, Adriana, somehow you're not in their thing. Jason will be joining us. He's got some technical stuff going on where he lost power, and he should be able to join us soon. So let's get this in here. So actually, I think I just have things in the wrong order. Let's do this. There you are. Okay. Layers are a thing. Adriana, what are you drinking and how are you doing? In that order.
Okay. I'm drinking a tiny bit of a Knob Creek 15-year pick. So I'm doing great because it's delicious.
That's not the same one that you did last week, right? The store pick.
I have a lot of Knob Creeks. It's a different one.
There was a store pick. Okay, yes. I knew you had
a Longhorn one last week.
Yeah, it was a Longhorn 100 proof last week. It's a 120 proof 15-year. But I do have this for next, because I promised you I'd get a little tipsy this time.
Oh, good.
That I would make sure to give Ed shit this time.
So I deserve it.
I have a Utah 8-year ECBP pick that clearly I love, and luckily have a backup bottle. So.
Wow, 8. I don't think I've seen a pick that young for the barrel proofs.
Yeah, they had a 10-year and an 8-year. We have both, and the 8-year to me blows, like the 10-year is good, but it blows the 10-year out of the water, which is
awesome.
Not what you think, but it's good.
Nice. Ed.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello. I'm drinking New Riff Balboa Rye.
Yay! I was wondering if you were going to be drinking tea this week.
Cute little stemmed glass, because I'm
so
a fancy
tiny.
bitch.
I would break that so quickly.
We're glad you're feeling better, though.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Much better. Thank you. And yeah.
Awesome. So how about you, Clifton? You drinking knob tonight?
You know what? We might get there. I figured since it's the start of spooky season, I got my Ghost Story shirt on, and I was like, you know, I don't have any like actual like scary ones. So I was like, oh look, it's orange and green like a pumpkin.
It does look pumpkin.
So I'm drinking Old Granddad Bottle and Bond. But if things get messy, you know, I always have a higher proof backup. So I have a Knob Creek pick here. This one is awesome. Oh my gosh, it's 15 years old too. I didn't realize that.
Just a plethora of knobs.
Yes. And I'm drinking out of my dark glass.
Speaking of the spooky season, I don't know if this is like blasphemy, but is there a whiskey that has pumpkin spice in it?
Oh God.
So technically,
Wild
yes, Molly. But so
I was gonna say Wild Turkey has a spiced one, but it's not technically pumpkin spice.
Okay.
Well, so once you add stuff to whiskey, it's technically not whiskey, even though they can still put it on the bottle, which is weird. But there is actually, Molly, somebody fairly close to us in Rhode Island called Sons of Liberty. Every year they do a pumpkin whiskey, and it's not aged for super long, but they get a million pumpkins into their little warehouse, and they mash them all up, and then they somehow use that to make whiskey. I can only imagine that the whiskey's probably a little orangey color, but I don't know, because it has color and it's barely aged, so I don't really know what they're doing. I don't know. I see that.
I believe over here in Milwaukee, there's somebody who, I think it's Great Lakes. If I remember correctly, it's Great Lakes, is actually distilling pumpkin guts.
Okay.
They make a pumpkin spirit. It's not technically a whiskey, but it is a pumpkin spirit.
Okay.
I mean, that sounds really good. Like I definitely would try it.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think it's as pumpkin-y as you would expect, because it's not an artificially super pumpkin-y spice kind of dealy, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like in a hot toddy that could be really good, like a fall version of like a hot toddy.
Yeah, I'm only a purist when it comes to drinking straight whiskey. If you're going to be mixing stuff, I'm game to try whatever. But actually this weekend I was I don't even know what I was doing, but my wife messaged me and she was like, I'm going to Starbucks. Do you want to be basic with me? Meaning like, do you want me to get a pumpkin spice latte for you? And I said, no, I don't have any interest in being basic. Just get me the apple crisp latte, please.
Oh yeah, not basic at all.
Not at all. It is delicious, but yes.
Just enjoy what you enjoy. That's the beauty of fall. Yeah.
Beauty of the whole year.
Well,
only fall. All other times of the year, you have to be shamed of yourself.
You must only enjoy what's acceptable.
Well, that's why they call it fall, because your standards are falling. So.
I don't think we asked what everyone in the chat was drinking.
Oh yeah,
let us know what y'all are drinking on too. I'm curious to hear.
I do see Bourbon said that Southern Tier makes a pumpkin whiskey abomination. So.
I'm familiar with some of their beers that they have, Southern Tier, and I'm a big fan, and they are strong, which is great. But I've not had any of their other creations, so I'm curious to try that.
Nice. So, let's do this, guys. So, since we're kind of, I don't want to say killing time, but we want to give Jason a chance to get in here if he can, but we're not going to, delay forever. So, we're going to change things up a little bit. Why don't you guys help Molly to find out what happened last week? And I'm going to sit back and see what you remember.
Oh, no, Bill. What the heck? You can't do this to us.
We started because we were about to run in with the frogs.
Frogs, yes. Many large frogs.
Yeah.
That were a distraction, that didn't even do anything.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they only didn't do things to you because you're big. They tried to eat us.
Okay.
Yeah,
they didn't do anything important. You know what I mean.
Bill was bummed because the frogs didn't actually get a chance to eat us. We defeated them before they did, but they could have. The little ones of us. And there was a chest in the back,
which
had whatever in it.
I swiped.
I don't know what it is.
Yes, we will have to find out this session what was in the box.
Yeah, so we stole it, but we didn't actually check to see what it was.
No, it was trapped, so it's probably something important.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not a scroll because when you set off the trap or whatever. Liquid came out and stuff, and smoke went out.
Right.
Liquid and smoke at the same time.
Yeah, let's hope we didn't acidify the contents.
Let's also hope that it wouldn't. Like, what if it made the next part of our challenge last night a lot easier if we would have just opened it?
We opened it up and it's like
you just read the damn thing.
It's like a magic book that's just like how to kill a shambling mound.
No, it's more just like. Just step here and you won't have to fucking deal with it.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, we went to the next room and there was a giant pit of water and we were going to try to walk around it, but then of course a moss-like creature started attacking. And there were multiple moss-like creatures.
And a lot of vines.
And vines. One of them trapped Jace or Alessio into it and we had to free him out. What else happened?
Then
it trapped him because he ditched us to begin with. Everybody was fighting.
We were all getting choked out by.
And he was like, "Bye, I'm gonna go to this log to get to the jewels over there." And instead, he got attacked by the shambling mound. Right?
He got ate.
Shambling mound.
He got et. He didn't even get ate. He got et.
He sure did.
Yeah. Completely took him in.
He got immediately eaten too. He often so that particular monster, if you hit with both attacks, that's when it eats you. And I just happened to hit him with both attacks. I was like, in he goes. So good stuff.
And I, of course, heroically dashed to save my brother.
But Booker was the one that actually saved him. Just saying.
We don't have to talk about that.
Booker's the hero that we don't deserve, but for us.
Yeah. Everybody should try to protect Booker, not me, just Booker.
So we can feed you to the wolves as long as Booker lives.
Yeah, as long as Booker's fine.
I'll remember that.
But then I started climbing the statue.
All right, there we go. What?
I started climbing the statue.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I believe Talon followed me.
Yep.
And we discovered a secret switch.
Yes. It was a slot.
So,
yeah.
And I realized that my keyblade that I had found back in the Titanic chasms would fit into it. And so we did that. And we heard sounds in this whole temple. But also the jewels popped out. And Agnomeio over here freaking sucked at trying to get the jewels. So you got the little one, right?
I believe I got the amethyst.
Yeah, I believe maybe? You got. I believe you got the middle valued one, but
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I got the topaz and the moonstone. I got 550 worth of gold, basically.
Yeah.
From that. So.
Yeah, and then and didn't a door open? A door opened.
Yeah, so we heard like a door open, and that's where we stopped. Oh, and Alessio was rescued and pulled out of the water.
Yeah, he didn't actually die. Believe it or not.
He was saved again.
Yeah, we should be keeping an Alessio like near death counter at this point, right?
Yes,
it's high.
Like we should go back and find out how many times he's nearly died, and then just keep adding like a tick every single time.
It should be a drinking game for the viewers.
Yeah, there you go.
There are actually there's a subset of rules where every time that you go unconscious, there's a table you roll on to find out if there's any sort of lasting effect. I thought that would be a little cruel in a game where you guys don't necessarily want to die. So I didn't incorporate those, but it's got some cool stuff. You get like the cool scar on your eye, maybe like your ankle doesn't work so well, things like that. Seems like a lot to take care of though. So
you have 1,000-yard stare from seeing beyond the veil.
Yes.
I mean, Alessio is dark enough as it is. So.
I know we can't let him get any like sadder and more grim.
I know, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, I think we've given Jason as much of a chance as I think we can. He will probably join us at some point, in which case we'll just incorporate him in. However, for the viewing audience here, I think it's good if we get going. And I don't even have to do a recap. You guys got every point, which is great. So, cool. All right, let's go ahead, and I don't even know how to start without doing my little things. All right, let's go ahead.
Transition.
Yeah, right. So there we go. That is probably loud.
That is loud.
Sorry about that. All right.
I don't hear anything.
That's better. Okay. So we rejoin our group here, standing near the pillars that are adorned with letters. So the note. Sorry, As you make your way backtracking through the temple, you approach the pillars of rock adorned with letters, and note that there's a door where there wasn't before. You'll need to jump from letter to letter to reach it if you choose to. Now, the door is now open on the bottom right of this. So, let me know.
And just a quick question. It looks like I now have a second level of exhaustion, huh?
Oh, sorry, I'll fix that.
No, I mean, that's okay if I do. I just...
You do not.
He's getting real tired, y'all.
Yeah. I delete exhaustion. There we go. All right, cool. Thank you. That would have been wonderful as soon as you went to make an ability check. So. All right, so,
so what
would you like to do?
Are we going to assume that the same letters we can jump on are safe to jump on again?
I would assume so.
I would think so.
I don't see any other combination.
Yeah, we looked at this pretty long, and unless something's changed, we just didn't notice that it's more words.
It looks the same.
Yeah.
I still see gnome through it.
Yep,
so.
gnome.
And home.
There's a
Homo.
dam.
Yeah, no, I
there.
think it's the same. I think So, and it's the same door that was opened before. There's not a new door.
It's actually a different
point.
door. Now down here, there is an open door, as you can see.
I'm probably.
And
gotcha.
And you can kind of see based off your angle that door that was raised is completely made out of rock. And it's only raised about 3 feet above the floor. It's definitely the size of a gnome.
I don't even have to duck.
Yeah, you got like ample headspace.
All right. So,
okay, so I think we just walk it back to the letter N and go over to the door.
We jump.
Gnomes go first.
M O N. Aha! And then we jump.
All right. So, no problem. Assuming that the rest of you are going to follow suit.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, then I will save us some time and just kind of drag you guys over there. Or if you want to just drag yourselves.
Wasn't sure if it was gonna.
Yeah. No, it's fine. So don't click on anything yet. Agnomeio, I see you had no.
I just want to make room for my compatriots.
Oh, okay, that works. Cool. You got Booker with you? Yeah, Booker's very very dexterous. He jumps from letter to letter. Okay. So we have entered this other room. Now, on the other side of the door, there's a dramatic difference here in the way the room looks. The floor is made out of metal sheeting, rivets adorn all surfaces, and rust is finding its way through some of the joining pieces of metal. There are incandescent lights sticking out of the walls. You hear and see turning gears, and you hear the sound of dripping water. Upon the floor are a few pieces of paper with scribblings on them.
Well, I immediately feel much more at home. No more of this
Pick up the
dank
papers.
lizard stuff.
I was gonna say, Booker, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, but if you feel like you're at home, this might be your no place like home.
Oh, this feels much more gnomey. I don't know what the gnomes were doing out there with this stone mossy crap. This feels much more nice.
So, Agnomeio, to you, this would be the equivalent of us in the real world going to like a Victorian-style house. It's definitely recognizable as, current, but appears very dated too.
I would like to investigate this leaflet.
Sure. All right. So, the very first piece of paper on the ground here. So I'm actually going to let you read this because it's completely in Gnomish. So if you go ahead and click on that book that's on the ground, it should have just shown up in front of you. Did it? Do you see an icon?
I do not see one.
Okay, so this is the first time I'm doing this. How about now? Nope. All right, we'll do it instead. I'll do it this way. Oops, okay. That's the wrong one. But you'll still be able to. Here we go, and I'll show it to everybody here. All right.
I will read it to the group.
Okay.
I've been able to keep the Izzard folk at bay long enough with some of my traps. Idiots. They just run right into the fire over and over again. Doesn't seem to kill them, though. And I can hear them suffering for a while before they die. Ooh, that's grim. My eyesight is getting worse. Most things further than 10 feet are just blurry. The good news is I have plenty of food and spirits are high. On a more productive note, I've just finished a new weapon that I think could help us in our fight if I ever get out of here. It's a javelin that can turn into a lightning bolt when thrown. Oh, that's awesome. How cool is that? I've tried it a few times, knocked one of the cogs off their wall. Hope that doesn't cause an issue. Lopip, Longboot.
All right.
And I see there's another one over here.
There is another one. So we'll do this again. So just real quick. So Talon, I believe you also speak Gnomish. So if it's up to you whether you'd like to read any of these as well. But just
read any of the papers that we find.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to refresh because for mine, Ed just disappeared all of a sudden.
Oh, it did.
Y'all could all still clearly see him.
Yeah, let me know if it disappears and I'll re-show it. Actually, you shouldn't need to because I'll be able to see it. But that's okay. We'll have Agnomeio read this one as well.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And go. There you go. Oh, sorry. Let me read this. So in the hallway, you pick up the first couple of sheets of paper. Sorry, you read that. The second piece of paper, you notice some of the words are overlapped. There's a much more crude drawing here, and some of the letters are upside down. As if maybe the sheet was dropped and they just started writing again. Go for it.
Day 12. Well, my eyesight is completely gone at this point. They have very clear handwriting still, though, so that's impressive. But the good news is that I haven't lost the touch. I just finished a set of bracers making use of drift repeater technology, some of my best work. It is a pity I can't even see them. And then below there is a second thing that says each bracer conceals a dagger, and once you throw it, they'll appear inside the bracer again, whether they hit or miss. Crazy, huh? Lopip, Longboot.
Oh, right. I love Lopip.
And there's a much worse drawing here.
I was like, what is this drawing?
Yeah, it's a bracer with a. Lopip purposely drew that a little worse.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
I think it's a trash can with a shiv. As best I can.
All right. So ahead of you, you see a secondary room. Do you move into it?
I believe we do. I'd like to.
All right. So the room is very still. There's a couple of tables. You can all move up there unless there's a reason that you'd like to stay behind. It's completely up to you. But More just let your intentions be known. Molly, are you hanging back on purpose?
No, I'm distracted by that. No, I'm just looking for any hidden messages.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you can take your time.
I saw a typo in the first one. I'm like, is that intentional? Let me.
Well, there was a typo in the second one.
Wait, was there?
Yeah. I haven't locked the touch. And it should have said lost the touch.
Okay, in the first one, lizard folk was izzard folk.
Okay.
I think there's typos.
Be a coincidence.
His eyesight was failing him.
I love it.
How would you know? You guys don't even read Gnomish.
When we saw the original petroglyphs go into motion, we saw that they were like, after the mist came in, that there was like blood coming from the gnome's eyes, and they were walking around blind.
Right.
So.
And we encountered a similar mist in the valley just before we met you.
Hey.
Yeah. When we met Booker.
Okay.
All right. So, the room ahead of you is very still. There's a couple of tables and chairs, some tinkering equipment, and a bed to the side with a decomposed body of a gnome in it. In the corner, there is a long, sparking javelin, and on the table next to the tinkerer's tools, you see a pair of bracers. So, up here in the corner, that's a little sparky thing, that's where the javelin is, and this is where the bracers are.
Mm-hmm. Do I recognize the nature of this sparkety thing?
I mean, because you read that piece of paper, it's the javelin that he was talking about building. At least
it's just the javelin. It's not like a workbench or some sort of esoteric machinery.
So this is a workbench up here. This is kind of like a drafting / workbench over here. This is a weapon rack in the top left here.
I see.
Yep.
Is the weapon rack empty?
It has the javelin in it.
Just the javelin. Okay, gotcha.
Well, I'm going to look around the room for anything made of, say, rubber or wax or
I want to read this. Oh, can I read this piece of paper that's over here by the skeleton of potentially a gnome?
Sure. Here you go.
I have a little question mark, and that's it.
Is it not showing it for you?
No, the first one's dead.
Yeah, it's not showing for me either.
Showed the contents to all players. All right. I mean, if it doesn't work, I'll just read it. But
you say show the contents to tall players.
Maybe that's why we can't. That's funny because it's showing up on the stream too, so it's definitely working. But let's.
I could try reading it there.
Oh, I cannot. Oh.
Nah, that's all right.
Yeah, day 12, day 112. I'm out of food. I can't see, and I can't find my way out of the temple. Even if I did, I'd never survive the jungle. Sadly, it doesn't seem like the other gnomes are going to be coming back for me. I hope they've been able to find a new home somewhere away from those awful lizards. I expect the end is near. I have forgotten what it's like to see, and I'm only left with memories. I was able to complete one more invention, but it took me months. I think it's a weapon that will allow whomever finds it to better fight the lizard folk. If you're reading this and willing, stand on the platform in the other room, and you'll be given weapons to help you fight. Give them hell for old Lopip Longboot. Lopip Longboot.
Okay.
No.
Well, that's very touching.
The panel in the other room. The panel in the other room.
Yeah. Is it a room we haven't been in yet? Maybe.
Correct. Yes.
I think so.
Also,
okay.
Back to my earlier question: is there something rubber or even wood? I'd take wood. I just don't want to grab this javelin with my bare hands.
Fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. So you look around and you find a pair of rubber gloves.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yes, I will now grab the javelin and carefully put it in my bag.
Sure. So you get. I'll actually. I won't make you have to identify or anything like that because this is. He wrote about it in his little note. Sorry, excuse me. So this is a lightning javelin, which I can't. Excuse me, man. I shouldn't drink beer. I should drink whiskey.
Yeah,
gives you the burps,
Dungeons
right?
and Drams.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, so lightning javelin. For some reason, I'm not able to find it. Here we go. All right. maybe it's Javelin of Light. It is Javelin of Lightning. That's why. All right, so you put Javelin of Lightning in your backpack. So this is a magic weapon. When you hurl it and speak its command word, which is one that you can decide, being gnomish or I mean, this could be, it doesn't have to go to you. I'm just saying. Speak its command word. It transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a 5-foot wide row that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Each creature in the line excluding you and the target must make a DC 13 dexterity saving throw, taking 46 lightning damage on a failed save, blah, 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 blah. Basically, you could throw this lightning javelin, it turns into lightning, and it'll hit whatever target you're aiming at. Anything in the way has to make a saving throw, or it takes damage as well.
Well, that's rad.
Nice.
I think the command word will be Mjolnir.
Mjolnir.
Wow.
Well, so you'll have to attune to that, which means that you'll have to take a short rest with it prior to actually being able to use it as its magic item. Otherwise, it will work like a normal javelin.
Okay, cool.
Nomia, there's a bed over there if you want to cuddle with that skeleton.
That's a good point. Actually, we could block off this area. I could finally take a nap.
Booker's already eyeing the skeleton. It's like,
Booker, I was like, is it too much to make a joke about Booker gnawing on a bone? It is October.
You know, I don't know how these gnomes do it, but I think in my country, we would be very proud to be eaten by a dog such as Booker.
Booker grabs a bone. Booker's gonna take a tibia. Thanks.
Booker's gonna take a tibia.
I'm over here checking out these bracers that shoot knives and then they come back. Is that what I understood?
Sure. So again, because it was kind of outlined, so these are bracers of flying daggers. So it's an armband that appears to have thin daggers strapped to it. As an action, you can pull up to 2 magic daggers from the bracer and immediately hurl them, making a ranged attack with each dagger. The dagger vanishes if you don't hurl it right away, and the daggers disappear right after they hit or miss. The bracer never runs out of daggers.
I can stab people from a distance? Yeah.
You could, but don't you have a bow? Well, you're a ranger.
Yeah, but that doesn't feel like stabbing people.
Fair enough.
That's shooting people. That's way less cool.
I have yet to.
I mean, unless it's from your nipples, then you're like, it's way cool.
That's true. Granted.
Yeah.
As long as we're in here, who wants to take a look in my box?
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I'm going to
that's right. You grabbed the whole chest. That's why.
Yeah. Let's
gather around.
Let's gather around. Everybody, come get in my box. I'm going to set it on the table and we'll pop this sucker.
Move any papers that might be interesting or anything aside
good call.
So that they don't get ruined.
Sure. So you go ahead and the box, when you went to move it earlier and it leaked all of that poison, it didn't unlock it, so it is still locked.
Oh, we need Alessio.
And our freaking thief doesn't have power.
Well, is anyone else sufficiently thiefy? Anyone else have good sleight of hand?
I do have good sleight of hand. I could borrow his thieves' tools if he's cool with that.
Off his comatose body.
I am good at sleight of hand, though, so if we want to try that, I'm down.
Let's give it a go.
Sure. All right. So, Knobolas, you're going to make a sleight of hand check against the DC of the box, because you don't have... Do you have Tinker's tools? I mean, Thieves' tools? I forget.
I thought I did. I thought we did set that up at the beginning, but you know what? I don't have them, so okay. I guess I don't.
Give me 3 seconds to just look, because it might be in one of your bags. You do have it. Okay. So
okay. I thought I had it.
It's in your main inventory now. So go ahead and click on the roll button for Thieves' Tools.
Okay. Oh, there we go. 15.
All right. So actually, you did pretty good. So this box, you can kind of see around the sides. Although this poison came out as a fog, the sides of the box are actually a little damp still, and so you kind of maneuver around it, being careful not to touch it, and you work on the lock, and you're able to plop it open, and the lock pops open, and the box pops open, and inside of the box you see there's a little metal hammer that was spring-loaded, and it appears to have shattered a vial of glass inside. So this whole thing seems to have been just a trap to set off that vial of poison.
Okay.
But silver lining, free hammer.
So it is. You could certainly take it. It's a little metal hammer. It's I don't know, probably about 4 inches long, maybe, and maybe like a little weight on the end. It's designed to just break this little thing.
Perfect. So. Agnomeio's silver hammer.
All right, fine.
Agnomeio,
feel free to.
What are you
can add that to your inventory.
Like
I'm
somebody's
I don't know.
fingernail.
Yeah, very small bugs. Who knows?
I mean, 4 inches is pretty long for a gnome, in my experience.
I will have you know that on average we are much larger.
Good to know.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, is there anything else in this room that you guys would like to do?
I just want to check this desk and make sure.
Yeah. Did you want to read the journals?
So you guys have read pretty much everything in this room. Now, what you've found are a number of... Well, actually, you know what? Let's do this. Make an investigation check, and we'll do this for the whole room. You guys are kind of looking around. I'll let 2 of you make investigation checks.
Let's see. Who's
actually, you know what? Screw that. No, everybody make an investigation check, and I'll make it like an average. We'll see what you find.
Oh, I've got disadvantage still.
12 for me.
All right.
Oh, 15. Not bad.
Okay.
19.
12, 19, 15. Talon?
It gave me like a weird window about configuring it.
Just click normal, or just the
normal.
regular.
It gave a different window. Sorry, I clicked settings. That's why.
Sure. All right. So 19, 12, 15, and 7. That's not bad. All right. So that's pretty good. All right. On the table to the left, you see a number of drawings. These seem to be indicating something that you haven't seen yet. It's a circle with kind of elaborate, if it was jewelry, you'd call it filigree. So it's kind of just a very intricate design. And there's drawings indicating that it will actually like raise and lower, and that's about all that you find there. You do actually, on the other table, the one with the bracers, you find another piece of paper that actually is outlining the iron box that you found, and it shows how the whole trap went together. So it's very definitively built on purpose. Daffy, you actually, with your 19, so you being a paladin as well, I think it's reasonable that you'd maybe go over and visit the body, and you find something sitting on the skull of this gnome, and it's a bit of a, I guess you'd call it almost a crown, but it is.
Daffy, do you need all the bones back in place? Booker's
I'll let you know if that changes.
He's wearing a headband with a number of small mirrors and gadgets attached to it.
I feel like Lopip would have been really fun to hang out with.
Like, why did he build the box to distract us in the earlier room? Like, who was that supposed to distract?
I had a guess. I would say the Izzard men. Or Eddie Izzard, depending on who came by.
It was even in the petroglyph, like it showed the one like running and putting that box.
Right, yeah. It's it is a deadly prank, and I appreciate that. That speaks to me.
Lopip's a party.
He's a party, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I like that. Nice. All right. What are you doing?
I was gonna ask, are these like gears? Are they just part of the decorations on the wall to the left over here? Or are they just like, do they look like they can move?
Well, you can check them out in a sec. I guess I'm more asking Daffy. She was in the middle of a thing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All good. I would like to take that headband and just, put it in my pocket.
Sure. All right, so you do. You take the headband off the gnome and you place it in your pocket. We'll find out later what that is.
I'd also like to tell the group, like, hey guys, I found this cool headband. It's not like a pretty accessory or anything, but it looks kind of nifty.
It's not like a tiara.
Now they're aware in case we all need to use it at some point.
You know, if we're going to the food court to attract boys.
Awesome. All right, so Knobolas, to your question. So you go over and you check out the gears. They are definitely long since fused. They don't appear to be moving anymore. However, the pipe behind you it's making kind of like a rushing sound. It's actually loud, and it's. I guess you wouldn't know if it was like water or steam or something, but something is moving through the pipe. It's steady though. I don't want to give the impression that it was just like a but it's like.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Yeah.
And it seems to be connected to the room that we're maybe about to walk towards.
Interesting. Okay, well, shall we continue? Can I also say this music is super awesome?
Yeah, you like this? Oh, good.
It's giving me like Jurassic Park vibes.
By the way, the chat said they couldn't hear the music earlier.
I can't hear the music either.
I put this music on and I changed some stuff about the settings, so they should be able to hear it now. If they can't, then let me know.
Okay.
You might need to change your global settings, Talon.
Yeah, that's where I went first. That was in my video earlier, but
in the playlist.
I don't know. It's fine.
But mine just ended. Yeah. Oh, it started.
Yeah, playlist is good. Yeah, no, I'm in that, but it's okay. I don't want to bore people with.
That's all right.
music settings.
All right. So you guys
said music is good, so they can hear the music.
Cool.
Sweet.
How are you guys heading to the next room?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So Daffy, are you just kind of cuddling up with that gnome for a while, or are you coming to the next room?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I figured that bed looks nice and cozy. No.
Yeah.
Should we give him a proper burial? I feel bad leaving my gnomish brother just lying.
What is the
there.
normal burial? Because we're surrounded by a lot of rocks. So.
Well, in my hometown, we get fed to a raging bull, but I don't think that's going to work here.
Booker.
How do you feel about a really cute mastiff?
It will do. It will do.
Does it have to be all of them, or could I just take a few bones?
Yeah, take a few bones. I think that'll work. We'll say a prayer. Okay.
All right.
Maybe just cover the...
just cover his skull.
Cover his
Just give it a little pat. Just there.
There. While you're a burrito in your bed. Sweet dreams.
Awesome.
Right.
I think that was a good send-off for poor little Lopip. All right, so you guys are heading to the next room?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yep.
Who's going first?
Not me.
Well, I hate to do it, but somebody's
that?
got to kick down these doors.
Yes, you love to do that.
Talon is quite the adventurer. Let the others go first. That's pretty sure Indiana Jones. What? No, not Indiana didn't do that, but the Nazis did.
Yeah, I let the Nazis get killed first. So.
All right.
But that
so
makes sense. They were bad people. I lost Booker. He disappeared.
I've got him for you. I'll move him around for you if you like. I've got to move Alessio anyway. So, all right. So you come up to the next door. You open it up. And you kind of there's kind of a plain looking room ahead of you. You see a single light in the room, and there's a turn to the left.
Okay. Well,
Right.
I don't think he would trap his own secret lair. I don't think.
He told us to just go in and go
Yeah.
stand on the platform and get the weapon. I'm gonna
Let's give it
stand
a
up
go.
to here.
Let's give it a go.
Can we stand up to here, right before the hallway?
I can't hear you because
And
I'm walking.
Throw
Still
something
walking. Still
so
walking.
that if a bolt goes up at a tall level.
Oh,
I'm pausing so Agnomeio needs to stop moving. All right, continue, Talon. I'm sorry.
I'm wondering if we could throw something at tall level, so that if there's bolts or whatever, that happened in one of the rooms last week,
Sure.
where they were at they would have killed lizard folk had they walked through without permission or whatever.
What are you throwing?
That's a great question. I mean, I guess
I
I
have
just
some spears I can throw ahead.
there you go.
Yeah, so I'm ducking there, I'm gnome height. I'm just the one that most loves me.
Just crawling through the hallway. I like it.
Yeah.
Just double check.
All right. Yeah.
The
Go ahead.
bolts.
Yeah, so I throw them and
Oh, okay. You're throwing spears. Okay, I'm sorry. You guys be louder. It's hard to hear. So you take some spears and you throw them like in the air, or you like throw them in the wall?
Yeah, I'm like squatting and I'm just like tossing them up just to make sure.
Perfect.
Like in front of us, like down the hallway.
Sure. In a sight that would probably make this gnome laugh, you scooch across the ground, just kind of poking up at the ceiling with a spear, and nothing is happening whatsoever. You get the feeling that this room is probably pretty safe.
I laughed instead.
You called it. You called it, gnome.
All right. So, let's see. So you open the door, you turn the corner into a rather plain-looking room aside from an intricate design on the center of the room. It's lifted slightly off the floor, so you'd need to step up onto it. Several gears lay on the floor. The ones that are not turning, and judging by the dust, they haven't moved in a very long time. There's scrawling on the wall about 3 feet off the ground. The words angle down slightly as they write, and they say, "Stand on the platform and look to the east."
Do we have a compass? We're inside a building.
The right side of the room is the east.
Okay, good.
I'll help you out with that.
Should we all stand on the platform together? Maybe it's a Power Rangers kind of situation, and we will all get magic powers.
Maybe only gnomes can.
Yeah, that's my concern. Is that it's like
you're speaking as a gnome,
gnomes.
like to you, like yeah, that sounds great, but to me, I'm like, this temple already tried to kill me once.
This is true. Yeah, this temple is like ask questions about people as we've gone. So I know you're exhausted, Agnomeio, but
yeah, well,
you're kindred spirit to it.
Okay. If no one else wants to do it.
You want me to go with you? I'll go with because I'm short.
All right. Short people together. Let's
do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So just the two of you are
stay
standing?
behind.
Yep.
Booker's staying behind now.
Yes.
Okay.
Together. The people together. And now, like on 3. 1, 2, to the east. 3.
East is that way for me.
I like it. So you do this and nothing happens.
Oh. Oh.
I guess we all got to go on.
Does he need the headband?
Oh, yeah. Should we try it? Should we try the headband?
Yeah, let's give the headband a try. I'll toss it
Because
on
maybe
over.
you gotta face east because all the little mirrors have to reflect some kind of light.
Ooh.
No.
Oh god, we better not have to wait until like the last light of Durin's day though.
Just sitting there for 3 months.
All right. So Daffy, are you putting on the headband?
I will just, I'll just put the headband on and I'll join them in the center.
All right. Actually, just because I feel like if Alessio was here, this is like a total aside. If he was here, he would probably be reminding you that he's at 1 hit point this whole time.
Oh god.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I probably could have said that, but he would have. So you don't have to do anything about that, but I thought that was worth knowing.
Bill, it's okay. It's okay. He's got a healer's kit.
Should we hide him under a cog or something?
Then they'll start turning and grind him up. So that's like, he's in very dangerous territory.
There could be a nicer place to let him rest.
He's like gripping at your leg, Molly. I mean Daffy.
Put him on the bed.
Please
You're
heal.
dragging
You
him
should
along.
put him on the bed. That would have been great.
You don't have to do
no,
anything.
no.
Like I said, this was me reminding you because he would have. So
That's fine. I'll do lay on hands.
sure. How much are you gonna do?
Let's see here. I've done this in a minute. Is it in my spell book?
It's in your spell book or your features. You have 25 points. You can just
features,
let me know.
Yep.
You can just let me know how many you want to use, and I'll
just do 10.
Okay. 10 is great. He is now at 11 hit points.
By the way, Booker is laying down chewing on a bone while he waits for us to figure out this whole platform thing.
Sure. All right.
The gods smile down upon him.
Well, if Daffy's going to the center, I'll join you guys. I'll come out there too.
Yeah. Everybody get in on this Power Ranger shit.
Wait. The paper that the journal entry that we read, it said stand on the platform and you'll be like given weapons. It didn't say like stand on the platform and weapons will go off to protect you while you're on the platform, right?
Yeah, we said we will be given the weapons to defeat the Izzard folk.
Okay. I didn't want like Alessio and Booker to get attacked because they're not on the platform.
Oh yeah, that would be bad.
Cool. Okay, so everybody face east. Daffy, you've got your headband on?
I'll put the headband on.
Okay. So you put the
might have to
headband
squat
on?
down.
Oh, you said you wanted Booker to hang off. Alessio's going to go on as well. So you put on the headband, and yeah, you look nice.
I'm worried. Okay, Booker, come here. Booker's coming on too.
Okay.
Somebody drag Alessio's prostrate corpse onto here.
He's feeling much better. He's not dead yet. So.
Not but a flesh wound.
All right. So you guys are all on the thing. What are you doing?
Okay. So Daffy put on her headband. Did that help at all?
Didn't seem to.
No, I just look snazzy in it, I guess.
Daffy,
Look
if you
east
squat
more.
down,
Look more
you
eastward.
squat down and get lower so that you're like gnome height, so that the
Oh, there you go.
mirror is
That's good
reflecting the
thinking.
right spot.
Okay,
So
here I go.
Here I go killing again. All right. So after a couple of seconds of standing on here and looking over to the east, there is a circle that forms around you. So as you stand on the platform, the metal beneath your feet begins to glow. First purple, then yellow, then blue. You're surrounded by arcane magic fueled by machine. The gears begin to turn, laboring against the stiffness of years of disuse. The platform raises, and you look to the east. As you look to the east, you see a massive ziggurat visible through the jungle. It appears to be several miles away through jungle terrain. As the platform lowers, you start to feel strange, sick, and then your skin begins to burn. Your legs and arms ache, your backs arch. As you look at yourself, you see your skin turning green and scaly. You feel your mouth and nose extending, and you see a snout beginning to form. You look around the room and notice that your comrades are all feeling the same effects. The magic is blindingly bright, and you shield your eyes from it, but not without coming to the sickening realization that you and all your friends now have the form of lizard folk. And Booker appears to be a small crocodile.
So
That's actually really cute.
I have something for this. So let's do this.
You mean you planned this all along?
Maybe.
I'm so sad I made Booker come onto the platform.
There you go. So you guys all have...
Oh, look,
We
there's a
have
tiny
lizard
lizardmans too. That's adorable.
Oh, wait, so does this mean that some of the lizard folk are actually gnomes? Oh no, none of them had come and saved him by the time he'd made that platform. So
Well,
probably
we don't
not.
know. Maybe this was a trap. Maybe the lizard folk set this. Maybe the lizard folk corrupted the magic. We don't know.
Well, I think Alessio is in. He's working on joining us. He says it's coming up now.
Figures. That's all right. No big deal. So,
We're just helping you out, buddy.
yeah. So you've all... you can all see your characters, right?
No, I can see nothing. I just see the empty room.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's...
my room went
Yeah.
dark.
Okay. Sorry. Give me a second. You know what? Actually, we'll take a quick little minute while you guys maybe talk about whatever you are drinking. While I fix
I'm moving
that.
on to the Knob.
Oh.
I'm moving on to the Knob Creek. I think the old granddad was a good starter, but like I'm a lizard person. I don't know what else to say. It's
You've
called
been turned
Knob.
into a pig. Now you've been turned into a
You know the
lizard
pig?
person.
I did that to myself. I willingly
What's
took all those what were they, tablets, or we took something and we ate.
Taffies?
Right.
Yeah, they
Right,
were
there
like
was-
jelly beans.
There was consent. We were consensually transformed.
Exactly.
Okay,
Right.
Sort of, not really, but also.
What are the possibilities here? The possibilities
Well-
are he did this on purpose so that gnomes would be protected from dying from the lizard folk, but like keep the culture alive.
Or
It did say
Or that
it'll
it's
give
been
you all
corrupted.
the, well, so he did say it would give you the weapons you need to defeat the lizard folk, which doesn't make sense
Yeah.
unless it's like we're trying to fit in with them to get maybe.
so we can sneak
But, like,
into
if
their
you could
camp
get
and
in-
defeat them.
Maybe.
Yeah, if you could get in. Plus, it like if the gnomes were disadvantaged, like physically, and they could now do this. But it sounds like the lizard folk are pretty dumb.
Yeah, well, maybe that's the goal. maybe it's to combine the mind of the gnome with the body of the lizard folk. We're in a Get Out situation.
I mean, you're a gnome. I refuse to watch that movie. That was like, you're a gnome. Do you think, I mean, you're a different type of gnome. These are the Alcarn gnomes. Do you think gnomes would, I mean, I always have thought of them as a proud race.
Gnomes would intentionally mislead people to transform them into horrible abominations?
No. Would gnomes turn them, I think of gnomes as a proud race. And I would think that gnomes would not want to change their
we are a very proud race, but also, this shit is hilarious.
I mean, I could see gnomes doing anything to kill lizards, but...
No, I could definitely see a crazy gnome scientist being like, hey, let's make some lizard folk.
Also, is there the potential then of meeting some lizard folk that are actually gnomes?
True.
I feel like he didn't have ill intentions with this. I feel like there's definitely like some goodwill behind it.
Yeah.
So
and some way to reverse it. Right?
There is
Hopefully.
There is more coming, but I'm loving this.
Knobolas does not look good in green.
Well, so actually, so this is one little thing that you guys can decide. So, tokens are tokens. So you guys can have some control over what color your skin is, as far as if you tell me, that's what you are.
Oh, well, Knobolas is definitely purple.
Oh, there you go. I would like to be kind of a seafoam green, but I would like to have a black, whatever the lizard flippity dippity thing is.
Oh, the little frill on the top of your head there?
Yes, my little frill. I would like that to look like a hat.
Yeah. I think that's the technical term. Can I just be blue? A blue lizard?
Yeah. You guys can be whatever you'd like.
Green's my color, so
almost
I got
done.
I was like, we're like basically the Ninja Turtles.
Can you be a shade of green?
Awesome.
Can you be a shade of green that's slightly different from normal lizard folk green so we can easily tell you apart?
Yes,
What, you can't tell lizard folk apart?
More vivid, like emerald, glistening green.
Nice. I feel like Knobolas was going for like a cool like dark purple, but he accidentally just turned himself like Barney, like neon purple, like
a big green stomach and like bright purple.
That's Knobolas.
I'm excited for next week's thumbnail of the live stream.
So he just has like big green pecs, and then the rest of them.
Oh yeah, you gotta have the big pecs. You gotta have that the big rack.
So let me ask you guys: can you see through your tokens and everything now? Does everything look okay?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
And you can move?
Booker looks very intimidating.
Booker's a crocodile.
Ooh, what color is Booker?
Oh, can he be another shade of green?
Sure.
Wait, is he white usually? Because I'm just thinking an albino crocodile would look really cool.
That would really be awesome.
That's true. Yeah, he could be white. He's normally gray, but he could be white.
Oh, there you go. You were like
Booker the white.
All right, so let's get back to this. So thank you guys for being patient. I actually had those all set up properly, and then last night Adriana was asking me a question about how to open her character sheet, and I logged in as her character to try to like fiddle with something, and I realized that all of you guys would have been able to see your lizard counterpart in your little actors tab. So if you would have clicked there, it totally would have ruined the surprise. So I was actually glad that you asked that question. But that made me fiddle with all of the configurations and destroy everything. So, all right. So after you guys turn... Oh, is Jason here?
He said where are you guys at?
He said it's coming up. Where are you guys at?
All right.
I don't know what that means.
And I messaged him back.
Yeah, I saw that. Okay, well, we'll continue without him for the moment, and we'll give him a quick little rundown if he asks. Okay. A disembodied voice speaks from within the room, and you see a little blue shimmering version of this small little gnome. And he says, I hope that these forms serve you well in infiltrating the lizard folk temple. These forms will only last you for 5 days. And then he disappears.
Okay, so we have 5 days to get into the temple.
Oh yeah, Talon does not have a nameplate. That's a good point. Thank you, Steve.
Oh, okay. I'll fix that.
This is rad.
Well, thank you.
There we go.
All right, cool. So let's. Took a little bit longer than I wanted to, so let's speed things along a little bit. So, is there anything else in this room that you guys would like to look at?
No. We're lizard people now. Let's get going.
Oh,
Let's do some lizard shit.
I will also say.
I should probably take a nap.
Sorry, no. Actually, there's one little thing I forgot to mention. The process of this whole transformation, is giving you the equivalent of a long rest.
Oh, woohoo!
So,
Sick.
Agnomeio, you're awake again.
Yes.
Everybody, feel free to go ahead and take yourself a long rest.
My little lizard head just pops up.
I'll take care of Booker for you, just to save some time.
Thanks.
All right, there we go.
Sweet.
I like to think that you guys are occasionally hitting each other with your tails, like, you know. You definitely have tails, by the way, and they're a good solid, like, 4 feet long. They're very long. They're on the ground, so they're yeah. You guys are.
Is Knobolas at least like a built lizard person? Like, is he like still happy with his physique, or is he just like
That's
generic?
up to you. What would you like?
Oh, he definitely is. He would be a lot more upset if he didn't still have the body.
I would say that you look like everybody else, except where your pecs would be, somehow you just have these big muscles, you know? Like, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense because nobody else has them, and you are all, you know, the same creatures, basically.
I mean,
you have
did
giant
you
pec
see-
muscles.
Did you see
then
the
I'm fine.
new
I don't care
Ninja
if I'm a
Turtles?
lizard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
as
was
long
that?
as as long as I got that, I don't care if I'm an elf, lizard. I don't care.
Just
Didn't work.
gotta have those pecs, man.
So so somebody in the chat brought this up. The one side effect. So the long rest accounts fine, but you do not attune to your new items yet.
Cool.
So
Cool.
But thank you for that, EJ. All right.
Do
So
we-
what would you like to do?
Quick question. 2 things. One, are we wearing clothes? And 2, if we are, I'd like to take a quick peek downstairs and find out what's going on down there, because I'm very curious.
Hopefully more than 4
Are we
So-
tall?
All right. Well,
Are we
I'm
tall?
glad you asked because it lets me show off some lizard knowledge here. You have a cloaca.
Oh my god.
So
No.
so I'll let you Google later about how they check the sex of alligators, and I'll let that be up to yourself. But how do you feel inside, Ed? That's all that really matters in 2022.
Exactly. You're right.
Like, are you planning on sleeping with any lizard ladies?
No, it's more out of academic
Or not.
curiosity more than anything.
Just,
I mean, that could be arranged, Ed. I mean, I could make that happen. So,
I'm more wondering about our height. Are we
all
like
right.
tall?
So here's the one thing. So this gnome has done his best to make you look like everybody else. So you're all roughly about 5.5 to 5'7". You're all very close to the same height. Talin, you are actually one of the tallest. And Agnomeio, you as well, actually. Daffy, you are the shortest. It's almost like you're the opposite of what you typically are, but we're talking a couple of inches. You are all wearing clothing, but very small amounts. You might have like some straps of leather around your shoulders. You're wearing kind of like, not shorts, but like not a loincloth either. It's some combination. It's a little bit more modest than a loincloth would be. But, you know, it's not terribly important to lizard people either to be dressed. Sometimes you find clothes on the things that you kill. But knowing the little bit that you may know about lizard folk, you basically look like what you would expect.
All right.
cool.
Your weapons all remain the same. Your AC all remains the same, despite the fact that you are not necessarily wearing what you were wearing.
All right. Well, let's go murder some war criminals, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so are you guys leaving this room, or are you doing anything else?
I want to double check that this one doesn't have something.
I feel like the way that Bill has hinted
I know
at
we're
that
in a
multiple
rush.
times makes it
I'm not. So you guys are terrible about telling me when you want to go do something. So I'm asking you the same question over and over again.
Are
So
these knobs up here, like, are they
Yes.
anything like these gears?
so those gears were wait, which? Oh, the ones on the. So the ones that are vertically straight down, like more of a circle. Those have fallen off the walls. However, the machine ended up working anyway. So when it was moving, the ones that are sticking out of the walls were rotating.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, I know we're on a timeline.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I don't want to hold us up.
I need to avenge the ethnic cleansing of my people.
All right, so
I mean,
let's
they're like another race of gnomes, though, right?
Hey, shush.
so Booker
We are all one people, except
See-
for the people that I don't count as part of my people. But that we don't have to talk about that.
So Talon, you'll notice that Booker looks extremely uncomfortable, almost like a cat walking in shoes. He doesn't quite know what to do with his legs, but he's figuring it out.
Have you ever put shoes on a dog like for the snow?
Oh yeah,
kind of
same
thing?
exact. Yeah, just.
And they have to walk.
I don't
and
understand
it's
how feet work. Yes,
hilarious.
exactly.
That's funny. But a crocodile. That's the cutest thing ever.
All right, so Talon, as you exit into the main corridor here, a door opens to the south, leading back to the original antechamber that you entered through. However, as you look through the door, you notice that there is your buddy, the giant crocodile, is in there, and he seems to be eating a lizard man. In fact, he seems to be eating a couple of them. So this is the giant crocodile that you had seen originally and led into, that little
that side room
tunnel.
we eat
Yep.
while we escaped.
Exactly. So he found his way through the room or the tunnel that had the flame traps in it, and he is now in the main area here, and he's munching down on a couple of very fresh-looking corpses of lizard men.
Okay, so they're fresh.
They're fresh.
Oh, I see him. I see him right there. Okay.
Fresh Prince of Dimidium.
So I'm wondering, because this is a pretty big antechamber, if we can't sneak a little closer and see if we can't sneak by the side around him, get out, and find this other lizard temple. Or are we thinking that it connects? Did I have a
we're
map
pretty
of
dumb.
this temple to know
What was that?
if it connects? Did I have a map of this temple to know if it connects to another temple?
So I remember telling you at one point that your map ended close to where you originally actually saw this crocodile. So you have this antechamber. The door that you're about to go through, you did not know was here.
Okay.
So
I like your idea about sneaking. Like I feel like
we're
remember they were pretty
sneaky.
dumb. Like they were
Yeah, they were
distracted
pretty
very easily too.
easily distracted. I'm wondering if we can't try to sneak along the back, but should we throw some kind of distraction?
Or not? Whatever.
Freaking
Alessio cast last
Alessio
time.
had done last time, yeah.
what could we
Oh, wait.
could we maybe try sneaking, and then if it doesn't work out, we'll try the pork gambit again?
Wait, wait, hold on, let me look at my... Oh, I've never used... Oh, I did... I guess technically I've used one of my spells once, but... I have one! Hold on. I even read up on these earlier. Pass without trace. Pass without a trace.
Mhm.
That annoys me that there's not an A there. Veil a shadow, blah, blah, blah. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you has a 10 plus bonus to dexterity checks and can't be tracked except by magical... No.
So basically, if you make a
Wow.
stealth check or you're trying to do something stealthy, you'll have a plus 10 to your stealth roll or anything else that you do. Dex.
Okay. And so I can basically cast it on that creature that
So
to
it'd-
them I am more stealthy.
It would be more like you'd cast it on your own party members, and then all of you are collectively more stealthy.
That's
Gotcha.
that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That seems
Okay.
like a good idea.
Is that what you'd like to do?
I would like to try that, yes.
Excellent. All right, cool. So go ahead and mark that off. So you cast Pass Without a Trace, presumably on everybody in your party. So if you would all like to try to sneak around this giant crocodile, he is busy chewing on a lizard folk. However, you will be passing through an area with pretty well lit. So why don't you all make a stealth roll for me? And Agnomeio, the first roll you're doing without disadvantage in like
I
3
know.
episodes.
It's great. I feel so alive.
Oh
Oh,
no!
Risky whiskey. Risky
Risky
whiskey.
whiskey. Risky whiskey.
Oh god, this is easy.
So that was a 5, a 4, and a 3, just for anybody listening.
Let's try that again.
Let's do that again.
All right, so we're doing another round of risky whiskey. So Talon, you'll need to roll as well.
Okay.
Roll a stealth. Are you all right?
Yep, no, I just chugged ECDT, so...
But you didn't roll.
Oh no!
Oh, it didn't show.
3.
Okay,
Oh no!
Oh, God.
that's strange. All right.
Knobolas.
So, okay. So tell me what you guys rolled.
Oh,
rolled
Knobolas
a,
got a natural 1, which got a 4.
Okay.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
4.
Okay.
And Tadley got a 20. Nat 20.
Yeah, she got a nat 20. So for 23.
Oh.
But do we get 10 extra?
Dice goes at the same time. I thought mine was the 3.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was surprised. I was like, you totally didn't roll, but I wasn't gonna argue about it. Anyway, so all right, so we got a 19, a 4, a 4, and a 23. What the hell do I do with that? So,
Well, don't we get plus 10?
oh
Well,
yes,
I guess
you all.
Knobolas and Daffy
Yes.
are getting left
Yes,
for
so
dead.
you all.
We get a plus
you,
10.
You all do actually. So that's 14, 14, 29, and 33. Wow. Okay, that's a lot better than what it would have been.
Good.
Okay, so well, let me roll real quick for Booker because that matters too. So he's rolling stealth.
You be sneaky, you son of a
Okay, he's
Oh,
a
good
he's
boy.
a stealthy boy. He rolled a 31, so maybe he's just more blending in. You know, he's the actually. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. So Booker actually he kind of goes out first. You know, he's a
baby
crocodile. And he's distracting to the giant croc who sees him and becomes a little bit more disarmed because the giant croc knows that he doesn't need to worry about little Booker. Booker distracts him long enough for the rest of you to sneak by. No problem. And the crocodile, surprisingly, does not see you.
Good job, Booker.
Well done. All right. So I'm going to have you guys kind of just at the south end of this towards the entrance of the place that you came in. However, that does not mean that you have to do anything. I'm just moving you. So what would you like to do?
I like to think that the big crocodile thinks that Booker is like a little drunk crocodile because he's still
totally
walking all like, I don't know how to walk.
That's
It's
exactly
like
what
his
he said.
tongue lagging out of the side of his mouth.
Yeah, that's life.
So the giant crocodile is actually turning a bit, and he's going to start snacking on the other one because he's completely oblivious to you. He actually rolled very high on his perception. You guys just killed it.
Yay.
I was very surprised. So, what would you like to do?
Well, let's get out of here, hey?
Dude,
I think,
oh wait,
I think
there's.
the exit's right up here, right?
Yeah. Away we go.
But there was a door, dude. Oh, we've already been to this door. Okay.
Yep. So this is
I didn't
exiting.
realize this is the same room.
This is exiting out the front of the door. You know, the temple.
Which means all the same issues as y'all had getting in, right?
Well, a little bit different. So you guys exit the temple, and you head back outside through the skull, which appears to have gone dormant. You see a dozen or more lizard folk standing outside of the temple. There appear to be warriors, shamans, and hunters among them. There is another creature that you can't quite see, kind of off in the distance. Looks like a hairy hyena, kind of. And he's being kind of tormented by some of the lizard folk, but that's back across the gully here. Sorry, I lost track of where it was. Sorry. Oh, yeah. So, it looks like the lizard folk have cut down a tree and laid it across the mist to get over the filled trench. And as you follow the rest... I'm sorry. I totally screwed something up here. Let me just tell you what's happening. All right. So, you notice that there's two heads that have been put onto these spikes right outside of the temple here. And as you look at them, they are very clearly Elric and Walter, who had been joining you from the beach. They walked through the jungle with you, and they waited outside. They have been dismembered, and there are some bodies that seem to be wrapped in burlap that some of the lizard men are carrying. And, yeah, they see you exit, and they kind of walk over to you, and they don't seem to be aggressive. And they speak.
Oh, right.
They speak to you, and you can understand them. And they say, "How did it go? How did it go, brother?" I have to work on my lizard voice. I'll do that next time.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, it went real good. You saw those guys who went in there? We totally killed them, man. We totally killed them, and we ate them. We ate them, too.
all.
Yeah, ate them all. Nothing left. Nothing left, man.
Didn't stand a chance.
Yep, they're gone. They're gone.
Did you get any shinies?
Nope. No. I mean, we got like some jewels. We got this cool jewel. Check this jewel out, man. I grabbed this off that dumbass gnome with that dumb hat. That super dumb hat. God, I hate that hat. Man, what an asshole.
So he's. Why don't you roll persuasion for me?
When did Strong Bad?
Oh, that's it. I've been reserving Strong Bad's voice for something else, but yeah, he will be around eventually. All right, what's your persuasion?
14.
All right, you know what? That's worth a roll here. Let's see, perception. Okay. Yeah, he suspects that you're keeping something from him. He actually he kind of walks up to you. Where are you anyway? You are.
I'm in the middle.
Oh, you're in the middle. Okay, that's fine. He walks up to you, and a couple more walk up to you, and they actually kind of start like pushing you and looking and patting you down, and they find your yum yum Salt's yum yum sack, and they kind of like they stuck their hand in and they pulled out some pork, and they hold it up and they start kind of fighting over it. And one of them ends up grabbing it and throws it in his mouth and kind of runs away, and he's eating, and they're like, what is this? You got
Man,
meat?
that's mine. Don't touch that. You know what, man? I didn't even come from that back there. I had that before. I had that from earlier. That was my granddad's. Don't you touch my granddad's pork sack. That's disrespectful to my granddad and to my family, man. Don't you touch my pork sack. Man, you should never thought I would touch another man's pork sack.
Especially your granddad's.
I'm gonna talk to whoever's in charge around here, because that is disrespectful.
All right, so the one of the shamans kind of walks up. He says he's just kind of looking around, and he pushes one of the warriors off of you, and he looks at you and he points at the bag. He says, shit. I'm like trying to remember what I was thinking here. He said he looks back at everybody else and he says, "All right, let's go back to camp." And he motions for you guys to come with him, and they all kind of march down over the log, and you end up going past. Let me just grab you guys so you can see. You end up going past this hyena-like creature, which I don't believe any of you know, but you're welcome to make a nature check if you feel like you might have some. Actually, you know what, Talin, why don't you do this? Why don't you make a nature check for me?
Okey-doke.
Oh yeah, you definitely know. So this is a gnoll, and gnolls are typically pretty brainless as far as they have one desire, and that is to eat. And they rove usually in packs, and their entire thing is they kill you and they eat you. There's not a whole lot more to their society. They travel in tribes, and even those tribes are constantly going through struggles of trying to prove dominance over each other. This one does not seem to have that same kind of aggressiveness. In fact, it looks really dumb, and it keeps kind of laughing every time that the lizard folk are poking it or hitting it with their clubs, and it's laughing, and it just keeps saying pew pew over and over again. I'm not sure why.
Is this mockery?
I don't know. So one of the lizard men, every time that he says pew pew, they hit him again, and he just looks up and he pew pew.
I don't know how to feel about this.
With this gnoll?
All right, and you see, Talin, you notice that your campsite has been completely destroyed, and any semblance of food rations that you had in there are long gone. All of your books are all over the ground. Pretty much your whole campsite, everything that you brought here with you that you don't have on your body, just either taken or destroyed.
Everybody's marching along, so like the books are destroyed. I can't try and.
I mean, you could certainly try to take some stuff. I mean, they're probably not going to question you if you want to take stuff, but they might question why you would be taking a book. It's up to you.
I'm gonna go try and take some books.
Okay. All right, make a sleight of hand check for me to just see how they may or may not react to this.
Okie doke. Ow. I tried to make it faster, and instead I made it slower.
That's okay. So while you're doing this,
Here we go.
oh, never mind. I'll wait. So you kind of walk in and you walk into the tent and you look down at the floor. And is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I'm looking for one of the books I had on weather patterns of this area.
Okay. Make an investigation check with advantage, because you know exactly what it looks like.
Okay.
So while you're rolling this and while you're doing this, you guys are kind of hanging around with the rest of these. I'll evaluate that in a sec. So you guys are hanging out, with these lizard folk, and they keep kind of poking at this creature here. And it seems to be, what do you want to say? Rather than like having a good time, like it's laughing like a hyena would laugh. It's not having a good time, but they keep kind of just beating on it and beating on it. And it keeps just saying pew 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 pew. All right. So you with an 18, you're able to find your book. They notice you pick it up. Whether that matters or not, we'll see. But you find it.
Okay.
All right.
I pick it up and go ahead and just. I imagine even lizard folks carry some kind of satchel or way to carry their shit.
Yeah. So in general, you guys basically have all of your normal equipment. Your backpacks have transformed into more of like a sling kind of bag, like a messenger bag kind of thing. So you're able to carry everything. You have everything that you would have had. It's just slightly different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I say something to these lizard folk that are like poking this thing and just like they tell them like, hey, back off, leave them alone?
If you want to. Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Right.
Ooh,
23.
That was a 2 for a second. I think you saw that. All right, with a 23, so you kind of just you lunge in there and they notice your pecs and they're aware of just how strong of a lizard you are. And
obviously,
you tell them to back off and they do. And this little this gnoll, actually you know what this is now. This gnoll looks at you and he says, "Oh, thank you for saving me." And then he kind of
can talk.
He can talk. He starts kind of, his hands are tied behind his back, but he kind of like leans up against you with his shoulder, and he's trying to like be like right next to you. He's trying to use you as protection.
So what are the lizard folk doing? Do they back off completely? Like they're like not with him anymore?
So they're not hitting him anymore. This is as a your instincts are telling you not to act affectionately towards this thing, but you are standing there and he's kind of just throwing himself towards you. You tell me what you're doing.
Yeah, I think, I'm going to like, not like kick him, but kind of wiggle my leg and I'm just like, knock it off.
Okay. All right. He says, "Oh, yes, I will. You saved me. Thank you."
Yeah, I'm just going to ignore that comment for now.
Oh, okay. All right, so the rest of the troop is heading into the jungle. Is your choice whether you'd like to follow them or not.
Yeah, let's go.
We're stuck as lizard folk for who knows how long, so we might as well just hang out with them.
Yeah, be lizards. Let's go lizard.
5 days.
All right.
Yeah.
So one of the lizards hands the chains that were binding this gnoll to you, Knobolas, and he shoves them into your hand, and he is now your ward. He is your responsibility.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You have a weird, useless booker.
All right. So we will end the game there for tonight as you guys head into the jungle with this troop of lizard folk who are heading who knows where. You are towing in behind you a random gnoll, and you're leaving the temple behind you. So let's pop back over here. All right, so thank you everybody for joining us here on Dungeons and Drams. I'd like to thank all of our players here. We have Ed, Clifton, Molly, and Adriana, and no Jason. But it's too bad. I mean, he'll be here next week, and he will have no idea why he is a lizard. It'll be wonderful.
What you should do is acknowledge the patrons. I don't know if you're going to do that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yes, I appreciate the reminder. So, real quick, number one, thank you to all of our patrons. Mike Cullerton actually has a little something to do with this knoll that you just met, and we'll find out how that has anything. We'll find out what that means. James is also one of our patrons. EJ, Tony Two Toes, Steve A, Adriana, and we actually got a new patron tonight, Gavin, which I think puts us extremely close to our next goal. So if anybody's considering patronizing us, which sounds weird, it would be a good time to do it because we're very close to that goal, and it will be a good one to hit. It helps us to. Our next goal will allow us to actually cover everything that it takes to run this. So it's it would be nice to hit that. All right. Aside from that, make sure you guys check links all in the description for the Discord, Twitter. I actually go on Twitter a lot, and I talk way more than I probably should on there. So if anybody,
do. I got notifications turned on.
It's funny. I have such a hard time not responding to some idiots, but I'm like, no, it's a brand account. Don't do that. So Twitter is full of idiots. So anyway, check all the links in the description below, and we will see you all here next week. So thank you very much, and have a good rest of your night. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.